Hello students, welcome to Pi Academy, the place for mathematics and science. Dear students, in the last class we were discussing the chapter triangles, right? Now let's go for continuing this, and remember this is 5th period of this chapter. In the 4th period we were solving the problems in exercise number 7.3. In that the first two problems were completed, right? Now let's go for solving third one. Here it has been written. Pausing the video, you may go for copying from here to here, including these figures. Now go through the given statement. It is two sides AB and BC and median AM of one triangle. See that? ABC is one triangle. AB and BC and one more. The median AM of one triangle are respectively equal to the sides PQ and QR and median PN of triangle PQR. PQR is a triangle, then PQ and QR, these are the two sides, then PN is the median. If it is so, we have to show that triangle ABM, just I am going to shade it, ABM is congruent to triangle PQM. Then we have to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. This is very simple. Look here. Once we shall go through the given statement. Here we have already mentioned the corresponding sides. And we have one more word, median. Can you tell what is median? Yes. Median is the line segment joining the vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of its opposite side. See that? P is the vertex, opposite side is QR, its midpoint is N, and this is the line that joins. This is called median. Here also, in triangle ABC, AM is the median. In these two triangles, M is the midpoint of BC, therefore BM equal to CM. Next, N is the midpoint of QR, therefore QN equal to RN. Followed? Yes. Let us prove that. First, let us write the data. What will write? In triangle ABC, AM is the median. AM is the median. If it is so, we can write BM equal to CM. BM equal to CM, which is half of BC. Similarly, when you take the triangle PQR, in triangle PQR, we can write PN is the median. If PN is the median, then how do you write? It is QN equal to RN. QN equal to RN is equal to half of QR. This much has been given. Next, but on comparing both the triangles, you can come to know that AB equal to PQ and BC equal to QR. Let us take that in the later part. Then we are going to prove two statements. One is triangle ABM is congruent to triangle PQM. And the second one is triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Followed? Yes. Now, let's go for proof. How do you prove? I'll take first one. Let us take both the triangles. In triangle ABM and triangle PQN. In these two, AB equal to PQ, right? AB equal to PQ. This is from data. Not only this, even AM equal to PN. AM equal to PN. This is also from data. Then can we say that BM equal to QN? Yes. BM equal to QN. On what basis? We know that BM is half of BC, QN is half of QR, and they have given that BC equal to QR. If BC equal to QR, then half of BC should also be equal to half of QR, because half of equals are equal. Followed? Now, which congruence rule can be used? Yes, you are right. It is yes. Congruency. We can write triangle ABM is congruent to triangle PQN. Understood? Next, second one. It is, let us go for taking those two triangles. In triangle ABC and triangle PQR. In these two triangles, how do you go for taking? See that AB equal to PQ, it is from data. BC equal to QR, that is also from data, they are given. But one more, whether AC equal to PR, we do not know, they are not given. But we know that angle B equal to angle Q. It is from CPCT. The reason is, we have proved these two smaller shaded triangles as congruent. Followed? Right. AB equal to PQ. It is from data. Next, angle B equal to angle Q. It is from CPCT. As triangle ABM is congruent to PQN. Next, BC equal to QR. Again, it is from data. Then here side, this is angle and this is side. According to SAS congruency, we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQ. See that? Both are proved. Here, first one, here are right, proved, and for second one also. Hope that you have understood this. Please go for copying this. Please go through this. Fourth one. It is BE and CF are two equal altitudes of a triangle ABC. Using RHS congruence rule, prove that triangle ABC is isosceles. They only are given two things. One is we have to use RHS congruence to prove, and another one is ABC is an isosceles. Right? That is the thing to be proved. Just pausing the video, you may copy that. Then after that, you can start drawing with me. Yes. Take scale and pencil. Draw the triangle. But what type of triangle? They have asked us to prove the triangle as isosceles. So it should look like that. Here, name it as ABC. They are given two altitudes, heights. One is BE and another one is CF. So from B, draw a perpendicular. See that it should be 90 degree. Even from C as well, draw an altitude. It is BE and this is CF. Followed? Now, using RHS congruence, prove that the triangle is an isosceles. Look here. And if you want to prove ABC is an isosceles triangle, there must be two sides equal or two angles must be equal. They are given equal altitudes, that is BE and CF. So first let us write data. Start writing with me. So in triangle ABC, here BE equal to CF. BE equal to CF. This much has been given. Then to prove, what we have to prove? ABC is an isosceles triangle. ABC is an isosceles triangle. Then proof is, okay, very simple. Here I am going to take two triangles. One is BFC and another one is CEB. So in these two triangles, you can notice that it is right angle, this is also right angle. Next, BC is hypotenuse for both the triangles and is also a common side. Then they are given CF and BE as equal. So right angle, hypotenuse and side. Followed, yes, go for writing. In triangle, which is BFC and triangle CEB. In these two triangles, right, angle BFC is equal to angle CEB. The reason is each 90 degree. Next, BC equal to BC. What is the reason? It is common side. Next, we can write CF equal to B. CF equal to B, this is from data. By right angle, hypotenuse and side. Here I'll write by RHS congruency triangle BFC is congruent to triangle CEB. Followed, we all know that when two triangles are congruent, their corresponding angles will be equal. See, in the triangle CEB, angle C, and BFC, angle B, these two are equal from CPCT. Let's write that. Angle C equal to angle B from CPCT. So, when you consider the whole triangle ABC, in that angle B equal to angle C. Therefore, as we know, the sides opposite to equal angles of a triangle are equal. Hence, we can write AB equal to AC. If two sides are equal, it is an isosceles triangle. Followed, here I will write, in triangle ABC, angle C is equal to angle B. It is proved statement. Then their opposite sides, angle C, its opposite side is AB, and angle B, its opposite side is AC, because sides opposite to equal angles of a triangle are equal. If two sides are equal, it is an isosceles. So, ABC is an isosceles triangle. Hence, it is proved. Hope that you have understood. Copy from there to here. Now, we are moving to another one. It is fifth one. This is the last problem of this exercise. Go through that. And it is also very simple. ABC is an isosceles triangle with AB equal to AC. Obviously, if it is an isosceles triangle, two sides will be equal. And we have to draw AB perpendicular to BC. Then we should show that the base angles B and C are equal. I told you in the beginning itself, it is so simple. No doubt. Now, pause the video and copy this. Then after that, you can start writing with me. Now, first we shall draw an isosceles triangle ABC in which AB equal to AC. Let's take scale and pencil and draw an isosceles triangle. And name this triangle as ABC, in which AB equal to AC. Draw the perpendicular. So, here AB is perpendicular to BC. With this information, we have to prove angle B equal to angle C. Such a simple one it is. Then angle B and C are the angles of two triangles. One is APB and another one is APC. In these two triangles, see that these two are right angles, these two are hypotenuse which are equal, and AP is common side. Again, by using RHS, both the triangles are congruent. Then angle B equal to angle C, it is from CPCT. Followed? Yes. Start writing it. Data. In triangle ABC, AB equal to AC. Because in any triangle, if two sides are equal, it is an isosceles, and the angles opposite to equal sides are equal. You can write it directly. But here, we are using the congruency concept. Hence, we have to follow some of the logical steps. Here, AP perpendicular to BC. With this information, we are going to prove that angle B equal to angle C. Next, proof. Right. In triangle APB and triangle APC, angle APB equal to angle APC. So, each angle is 90 degree. Next, AB equal to AC. The reason, it is from data. AP equal to AP. What is the reason? It is common side. Now by RHS, congruency, triangle APB is congruent to triangle ABC. Followed? Angle B is equal to angle C. It is from CPCT. Hence it is proved. Please go for copying this. Dear students, now we are moving to the next concept. This is also one of the most important concepts on which definitely one question will be asked in the examination. The concept is inequalities in a triangle. This you have already learnt in 7th standard. Now we are going to recall it again. And before going to these three statements, just keep observing and listen my explanation carefully. Look here. See that this is a triangle. I name this as ABC. And let us take this angle as 30 degree. Now could you tell what may be this angle? It is about 70 degree. And what about this? It is 80 degree. Observe it. Here, could you tell which angle is greater angle? Angle B is greater. And which is the longest side among AB, BC and AC? AC is longest side. Look here, this longest side is opposite to greater angle. Clear? So in any triangle, in general in any triangle, the side opposite to greater angle is always longest one. Followed? Not only this, even among these sides, the smallest side is AB and its opposite angle is 30 degree, and this is the smallest angle. Look here. The side opposite to smallest angle of a triangle is always the shorter one. Clear? Next, even I'll go for taking one more. Observe. Here A, B, C. Again ABC is a triangle. What type of triangle it is? It is right angle triangle. Assume that this is 60 degree and is 30 degree. Now you tell that which is the longest side? Longest side is AC. And its opposite angle is 90 degree, which is the greater angle. So again we can tell the same statement that in any triangle the side opposite to greater angle is longest, and the smallest angle is 30 degree. Opposite side is BC, and which is the smallest side or shortest side? BC. Again the same thing. In any triangle, the side opposite to smaller angle is shortest one. Even its converse is also true. That is, the angle opposite to shortest side of a triangle is smaller one. And the angle opposite to the longest side of a triangle is larger one. Clear? And one more statement. In general, you assume that this is 3 centimeter, this is 4 centimeter. What about this one? Yes, it is 5 centimeter. Why it is 5 centimeter? According to Pythagorean triplets, which you have learnt in 8th standard as well as in 7th standard. Is it not? Now you just go for adding any two sides. First, AB and BC. 4 plus 3 and compare with 5. So 4 plus 3 is greater than 5. Means the sum of sides of this triangle, sum of sides of two sides of this triangle is greater than the third side. Add these two. 3 plus 5, 8, which is greater than 4. 4 plus 5 plus 4, 9. 9 is greater than 3. In general, we can say that in any triangle, the sum of any two sides is always greater than the third side. Now, please go through the statements. Here, theorem. Formally they are given like this. If two sides of a triangle are unequal, then the angle opposite to the longer side is larger. Followed? See, the angle opposite to the longer side is larger. The angle opposite to the longer side is larger. Second, in any triangle, the side opposite to the larger angle is longer. See that? In any triangle, the side opposite to larger angle is longer. Next, third one. The sum of any two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. Just we have come to know that. Clear? Yes. Now, I'll go for drawing the figure and pausing the video. You just copy this one by one. First copy this one, then leave space for drawing the triangle. Then copy second one, leave the space. And write theorem 7.8, again leave the space. Pause the video. Dear students, please go through these figures. Related to each theorem, I have drawn the figure and also given the information. In triangle ABC, the longer side is AC and its opposite angle is angle B. So angle B, it is greater than remaining angle A and angle C. Clear? And you can also write like this. Longer side is AC. That means AC is greater than AB. AC is also greater than BC. Therefore, its opposite angle B is greater than angle C as well as greater than angle A. Got it? Next, second. In triangle ABC, larger angle is angle B. And obviously its opposite side is the longest one, AC. We can write angle B is greater than angle A and is also greater than angle C. Therefore, the opposite side, AC, is greater than BC as well as greater than AB. Next, in this, we have already written this. Please go for copying from there to here. Then we are moving to worked examples. Here students, now I have written the first one. No doubt it is important one. Put star mark and copy this. It is, show that in a right angled triangle, the hypotenuse is the longest one. That is a very familiar statement to us, but we have to prove it logically. So pausing the video, you copy this, then after that you can start writing with me. Here we are going to show that the hypotenuse is longest one. For proving, first you draw the appropriate geometrical figure. Could you tell which geometrical figure should be drawn? Yes, you are right, it is right angle triangle. Take scale and pencil and draw right angle triangle and name this as ABC. What is right angle triangle? A triangle in which one angle is 90 degree is right angle triangle. I take angle B is 90. Then which is the hypotenuse? In any right triangle, the side opposite to right angle is hypotenuse. So AC is hypotenuse. So now we have to show that this hypotenuse is the longest one. That means AC, it is greater than AB as well as BC. Let's go for proving. Right. First, data. In triangle ABC, angle B is 90. Hope that you have written. Then which is the hypotenuse? AC. So here AC is hypotenuse. Next, to prove, we are going to prove that AC is longest side. Written up? Okay. Observe it. And start writing. Proof. We all know that by angle sum property of triangle, the sum of interior angles is equal to 180 degree. Write the same. By angle sum property of triangle. Some property of triangle. It is, we can write in triangle ABC, right now, angle A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. We know the measurement of angle B, is it not? Write that. Angle A plus B, B is how much? 90 degree. Plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Then solve A and C. A plus C is equal to 180 degree. Transfer 90 to the right hand side, becomes minus 90. 180 minus 90, it is 90 degree. So angle A plus angle C, it is equal to, which angle is 90 degree? Angle B is 90 degree. Understood? Okay, now A plus C is equal to angle B. That means, look here, A and C are the parts. And we all know that whole is always greater than its parts. Hence, angle B is greater than angle A. Angle B is also greater than angle C. Clear? Here I'll write. We know that whole is greater than its parts. Therefore, angle B is greater than angle A. Angle B, what is the side opposite to angle B? AC. AC is greater than angle A, its opposite side, BC. Followed? Next, similarly, angle B is also greater than angle C. Directly you can write here as well. And angle B is greater than angle C. What is the side opposite to angle B? It is AC. Angle C, this is AB. Understood? You may write the reason that because these are the sides opposite to the angles, and from this you may call this whole statement as 1. From 1 we can say that AC is greater than BC as well as AB, which is AC is the longest side. Here I'll write from 1. We can say that AC is longest side. AC is nothing but hypotenuse. Followed? Please go for copying this. Hope that you have copied. See that. From here, it can also be written in another way. Like this. Here, angle B is greater than A. Angle B is also greater than C. That means angle B is greater than both. Angle B is largest angle among the three. Angle B is the larger angle. And we all know that in any triangle, the side opposite to larger angle is longest, right? I am going to write that also. We know that in a triangle, the side opposite to larger angle is longest one. Therefore, AC is longest side. Followed? You may also copy like this. Copy this. Dear students, now we are moving to second one. It is also important one. First, you go for copying this as it is. It is D is a point on side BC of triangle ABC such that AD equal to AC. Then we have to show that AB is greater than AD. Is it not simple? Definitely. Now, start writing with me. Data. They have given that in triangle ADC, AD equal to AC, right? Then obviously, in any triangle, if the two sides are equal, it is isosceles triangle and the angles opposite to equal sides are equal. Therefore, we can write angle ACD is equal to ADC. So, to make you to feel more comfortable, I go for numbering the angles. It will be easier to understand. So, this is angle 1, this is angle 2, this is angle 3, this is 4. Followed. Now, angle 3 equal to angle 4. The reason is angles opposite to equal sides of a triangle. Understood? Okay. Now, with this information, we have to prove that AB is greater than AD. AB is greater than this side, AD. Now, let us go for proving this. Proof. Now, just don't go for writing. Keep observing whatever I am writing. Even you just go for listening my explanation carefully. Look here. Here I go for taking the triangle ABD. In triangle ABD, what do you call angle 3? Yes, you are right. It is an exterior angle. And we all know that exterior angle is equal to the sum of its interior opposite angles. Right? According to exterior angle property. Here I take. In triangle ABD by exterior angle property, we can write angle 3 is equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. See that here angle 1 and angle 2, these are the parts of angle 3. Hence we can say that 3 is greater than 1 as well as greater than 2. It is according to Euclid's axiom. Here I'll write 3 is greater than 2 by Euclid's axiom. Angle 3. We all know that Angle 3 is also equal to angle 4. That has been written in data itself. I'll write angle 4 is greater than angle 2. Where angle 4 is, I take ACB, which is greater than angle 2. It is ABC. Now, what is the opposite side of ACB? ACB, it is AB. It is greater than opposite side of ABC. ABC, this is AC. So here you have to write sides opposite to the angles. Next, I'll write AB as it is. AC is nothing but AD. So AB is greater than AD. Hence the statement is proved. Follow? This is so simple. Only the thing is you have to use exterior angle. Copy this. Yes. Go through one more important statement. Again you have to put star mark and copy this. In this figure, ABC is a triangle. They are given sides AB and AC are extended to the points P and Q respectively. Then also PBC, see PBC, this angle is less than QCB, this angle. Then we have to show that AC is greater than AB. It's no doubt it will be very simple. I go for numbering these angles so that it will be easier. This is angle 1 and this is angle 2. Yes, start writing with me. Data. In triangle ABC, in this triangle ABC, they have given that angle 1 is less than angle 2. Here I'll write PBC is less than QCB. PBC is nothing but angle 1 is less than angle 2. To prove, we are going to prove that AC is greater than AB. AC is greater than AB. It is very simple to prove. I'll tell you why it is. See that they have given these two angles. We want substitution for these. Hence, I go for taking the linear pair concept. Followed? Look here. Angle 1 plus ABC. How much? 180 degree. Then angle 1 can be solved. Clear? Let us find out both angle 1 and 2. Here, angle 1 plus angle ABC equal to 180 degree by linear pair. As we want angle 1, you can write 180 minus angle ABC. Call it as statement 1. Similarly, we want substitution for angle 2. Angle 2 it is 2 plus ACB. Angle 2 plus angle ACB is equal to 180 degree. The reason is linear pair. Then angle 2 is 180 degree minus ACB. You may call this as statement 2. Substitute 1 and 2 in this statement. Here I'll write this as A. Substitute 1 and 2 in A. Where A is 1 is greater than 2. 1 is greater than, 1 is less than angle 2. What is angle 1? It is 180 minus angle ABC. Right? Less than. Angle 2 is 180 minus angle AC. Now see that 180 get cancelled. Next, it is minus ABC is less than minus ACB. Understood? Now we can write this as ABC is greater than ACB. Hope that you have understood this one. Here, like this. See, we know that minus 3 and minus 2. Whether minus 3 is less than minus 2 or greater than minus 2. It is less than. You make them as plus 3 and plus 2. Now you tell that whether 3 is greater than 2 or less than 2. It is 3. Greater. So when the minus sign are cancelled, then we get the lesser symbol is converted into greater one. Then ABC, angle ABC, what is its opposite side? It is AC. Opposite side of angle ACB, it is AB. So AC is greater than AB. AC is greater than AB. Hence it is proved. You may write the reason. What is that? Sides opposite to the angles. Let's go for copying this. Yes, students, now we are moving to one more. Even this is also very important in the examination point of view. So pausing the video, you may copy this question. Then after that, you can start writing with me. First, let us write data. What has been given? Angle B is less than angle A. Angle B is less than A. B is less than A. And another one is, 1 minute, once we will check. Angle B is less than A, angle C is less than D. And we are going to prove that AD is less than BC, correct. Next, and C is less than angle D. What we are going to prove? Yes, it is AD is less than BC. AD is less than BC. Okay, let's go for proving. Start writing with me. Proof. Look here. Here they have given angle B is less than AC. Sorry, angle B is less than angle A. B is less than A. Alright, it is from data. What is the side opposite to B? See that. Side opposite to B is AO. Here I'll write AO. Then less than. Side opposite to angle A, this is BO. Here I'll write BO. And here angle B is smaller than angle A, then AO will be smaller than BO. You can write these are the sides opposite to the angles. Followed? Next, you may call this as statement 1. Next one. I take second statement, it is C is less than angle D. Again, this is from data. What is the side opposite to angle C? It is DO. Side opposite to angle D, this is CO. You can write again sides opposite to the angles. Next. Okay, you are going to prove that AD is less than BC. AD dear students, there is a correction. Here A should come here and B should be here. Now let's go for that. See, B is less than A. Opposite side opposite to angle B is AO. And side opposite to angle A is BO. Next, angle C is less than angle D. That has been given in the data. Then side opposite to angle C is DO and D is CO. may call this as statement 2. Look here. AO and DO is there. Here you are going to prove that AD is less than BC. AD includes AO and DO. BC includes BO and CO. Hence, should we go for adding or subtracting here? Yes, you are right. It is adding statement 1 and statement 2. What is that on the LHS side? On the left hand side of both the statements, AO and DO. Let us go for adding them. Is less than RHS side, BO and CO. What is AO plus DO? It is AD. AD is less than BO plus CO. It is BC. AD is less than BC. Hence it is proved. Copy this. Dear students, hope that you have copied up to here. In today's class, we have solved and even we have proved some of the important statements. Please do practice all these today itself without fail. So with this, let us stop the class. Thank you very much.